Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we will be unboxing and reviewing the 1/6 scale Immortal Hero by War Story, otherwise known as Spawn. I purchased mine from Giant Toy and I'll put a link down below to them. This is how it's shipped in this massive box. And let's get her open and see how it is. So I know some people are worried when they buy Toy International, but I can tell you they shipped this packaged extremely well. A box within another box, and these great plastic corners that they've been putting on their shipping boxes. I totally trust their method, and I would highly recommend them. All right, let's get this thing open. This is the shipper box, the Immortal Hero by War Story. Now, inside that box, you have this art box. Shows its accessories. This figure is huge. This is the inside of that, in case anybody cares. Nice little poster of Spawn sitting down on his throne. And it comes with foam in front of it. Let's get him out and on the table. One of his bullets were loose in the box. Oh, these are heavy. These are actually metal. I don't know if you can hear that. It's like two of his bullets were loose. It comes with an extra hand here. And up in this corner, another extra hand. This is not easy to film, as this guy is pretty large. And underneath that, you have his accessories, metal chain, his beautiful sword, his gun, and the cape. All right, so let's start off with his sword. I think it looks absolutely great. It has a little flex to it, so it's a little soft rubber. Painted well. Has the glowing eyes. Yeah, I think this looks great. Up next would be the gun. Painted really well. It's hollow. The clip does not come out. Looks like nothing moves on it. Just a hollow accessory gun. These don't really count as accessories, but these were loose in my box. These are the bullets that go on his belt here. And again, they're metal. A bag of chain, which I'm assuming is super long. Okay, so it's got the two spikes at the end. Spawn fashion, all metal, and a lot of chain. A nice gunmetal color. I really like it. Then here's another piece of chain that was in the same bag. Not sure what this goes to. Maybe the cape. I'll have to see. And then last but not least, it's not really an accessory, but his cape has the chains already on it. This thing is huge. Has wires all throughout. I actually really like the feel of this. It's not like, it's almost like, it's not leather, but it's just a nice feel to it. And last but not least, let's take a look at his two hands that he comes with. They have slight paint apps on them. Now let's get a look at the figure. All right, so here he is. I haven't really posed him. I literally just took him out of the box and placed him. He stands very well on his own. I own a lot of Hot Toys. This isn't me bragging. I'm just giving you guys my background so you know that I can talk about stuff like this. He has a rubber body. It almost feels like the Batman Begins rubber suit. That's what it kind of reminds me of. This should actually be switched onto this Spawn, whereas this on his right hand. I'm assuming that's an easy swap. I'll try to do that here in a second. I think he looks great. I mean, I would definitely buy him again. I see what everybody's saying about the eyelashes. So I think that'll be an easy fix. And this has a gloss raised, I guess, decal on them. This comes off with Velcro back here, Velcro on here. Seems like he's fully posable. The underbody is definitely all plastic, sculpted. This is one solid piece, so there's actually no ankle pivot or anything here. And then on this side, it's also sculpted without any pivot. So it looks like you're not really going to be moving his ankles. So Spawn's going to stand how Spawn stands. You can move his knees, his hips, everything like that, but you're not moving the ankles at all. Looks like these are all individual and they'll move and come out. Again, they're all metal. I'm going to slide the ones that fell out back in. All right, so articulation, I mean, you can tell there's no ratcheted joints. It's just, I mean, that's it. I mean, he's going to look amazing once you do pose him and have him out on your shelf. But there's really not much articulation at all. And up here, not ratcheted. Arms move up and down. Head, full movement. Let's get his cape on, and I'm going to switch these real fast. It looks like the hands, yep, just pop right out. You can swap that. And pop right out. Put that on the correct arm. And put that on the correct arm. Easy. All right, let's get his cape on. All right, so I quickly just swapped the arms out. Everything's removable, 100%. It's the fabric suit, and then everything's over top of it. So if you needed to, you can remove this. You can twist the pouches around, swap the arm pieces to be accurate. Everything's removable. So for the cape, it looks like there's just two buttons right there, or snaps And there's 2 snaps on the cape here. So over the head. So yeah, here's the cape on him. He looks absolutely great. I snapped those in, and everything has a bunch of wire in it. I mean, you can literally pose this thing totally out if you wanted to, or all the way back. It is beautiful. If you're a Spawn fan and you're looking for something big and you want a presence in your display, this is it. All right, so it looks like these are 2 sword hands. This is the only gun hand you have, which is his right hand. And then this hand, I mean, I guess it could technically hold the gun. Yeah, it could hold the gun in the left hand if you needed to. That's how it holds it though, so it's not gonna hold it with the trigger or anything, but really this is the gun holding hand, which is his right hand. Let's get his sword in his hand, which, to get the sword on, it's actually really cool. So to get his sword in his hand, you actually have to take off the bottom hilt part. But unlucky for me, mine seems to have been glued in. So I tried everything. I tried a blow dryer, hot water. It just wouldn't budge, and I eventually started pulling, and it snapped. So it seems to be glued in. It won't come out. I'm going to drill it out, and I'll drill this out and make a little key for myself, and I'll be able to, pull it in and out. But unlucky, and I hope that doesn't happen to yours. But his sword just goes in his hand, and then this would go back on. So unlucky. All right, let's measure how tall he is. So Spawn looks like he sits at about 17 inches, a little less than 17 inches. So not quite NECA quarter scale, which is 18 inches. But he's a big boy. Let me go grab a couple hot toys so I can compare. Before I compare real quick, I guess to put the chain on him, you would just place it and wrap. However you see fit. Look up some reference photos and figure out where this goes, and probably doesn't go in his hand. And just wrap Spawn in his chain. So real quick to compare, here is the NECA quarter scale Michael Keaton Batman. They are almost the same size. Hard to tell on photo, but Keaton stands a little taller and is a little larger. I mean, you could technically say Spawn is quarter scale, even though Keaton's a short guy in person, so he should be shorter than Spawn. But I don't know why they decided to do this. They could have did a much smaller figure, just as detailed, and would have solved the scaling problem. And a quick shot of the back. The cape is almost like a living weapon with Spawn, and they absolutely nailed it. I mean, this thing has so much metal wire in it, pretty much every 6 inches. I mean, you got metal wire here, space in between here, metal wire here, space, metal wire here. You could do a ton of different poses with this thing, including all metal wire throughout the collar. It's beautiful. I think they nailed it. I think it's a great figure. And I know, weird comparison, but here he is next to the Sideshow 1/6 scale Darth Maul figure, and my God, look at that. It looks like a baby compared to him. Let's put his legs a little stand straight. So, yeah, he's massive. And they are definitely not in scale. Only buy this Spawn figure if you're looking to have something close to the quarter scale. If you really love Spawn, I think he's a great looking figure. He's going to be a standalone piece. He's not going to be next to any of my 1/6 scale or, you know, in the same cabinet as my 1/6 scale figures. So I'm pretty happy overall. I'd buy it again. Sucks about the sword. I can fix that though. Really, really wish that it wasn't glued in, but what can you do? In case anybody's sword arrives glued like mine was, I did a quick fix. So what I did was I drilled it out here, just with a standard drill, and I glued a magnet in there, hot glued. And then I did the same thing here, drilled it out, hot glue, and there you go. That's how this should have been, really, from the start. So to put the sword on them, let's use this hand. You unmagnet it, you slide it in, and magnet it back on. And there you go. So this is my review of the Spawn figure. If I had to rate this thing out of 10, I'd probably give it a solid 8, even with the broken sword. I would absolutely buy it again. My only complaints are the scale is completely off. I don't know what they were thinking making it quarter scale and calling it 1/6. My other complaint would probably be the posability. It's lacking, and again, no ratchet, so it's going to be hard keeping some poses. Definitely a cheap skeleton that they use underneath, I guess you can call it, the body. But I would buy it again. I would still pay what I paid for it. If you're a Spawn fan and you're looking for something large, I think this is one of the best Spawn figures in this size. I really wish McFarlane would make something larger and something more of a figure, like a hot toy, and not like his 12-inch statues that he does and calls them figures. I want something. I want a real Spawn hot toy figure, be the movie figure or something original like the comic one. I think would sell really well, and I think he would have a lot of people interested in that. But this is my review. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care.